I'm excited to share with you the money hack that changed everything for me. Like everything. Like think of this as like the domino effect to everything else. Mastering making your own money, right? Mastering that high income skill, it takes time. And I feel like people forget that. And so when they jump into an online business, it can be absolutely frustrating and confusing and overwhelming. But the exciting part is that the longer you stick with it, you will master it. Like, this is where like being stubborn actually like is a really good thing, because giving up isn't going to help you master it, right? And most likely the reason why you started your own revenue streams is because you wanted to make more money. So when we can just from the very beginning, or at least from this, this point on, just decide that like giving up is not an option and like that's off the table, it's super helpful. Because when you have one foot in and one foot out of the money making process, it's very, very confusing to your energy. It's very confusing to the universe. It's very confusing to the world when you're like, I don't know, like if this month doesn't shake out, then, I'm just going to go, give up. So there is nothing wrong with having a day job. There's nothing wrong with, supplementing your income as you build your online business, but you've got to energetically commit to this process, just like anything else. And it is just so, so important, because your energy of being all in and that like you're going to see this through builds so much confidence and trust in yourself. And that is what helps you sell so much more effectively. When you're one foot in, one foot out of the whole entire process, one little thing could make you want to give up, versus when you're so committed, one little thing may like cause you to like take a moment to take a deep breath, right? Like maybe you need to take a break, but like we wouldn't give up on our kids, right? So it's like, even on the hard days, even when momming is so freaking hard, we don't, at least I hope not, we don't go like, you know what, I'm just going to give up this whole being a mom thing, right? Like I would say 99.9% of moms, even on the hard days, are going to still see it through, right? And it's like coming to your online business, coming to making money, making your own money with that same commitment, that unwavering, unconditional commitment is so powerful and really changes everything. The exciting part too is that no one comes out of the womb saying, oh my gosh, I'm such an amazing marketer, or I'm such an amazing salesperson. Like I say high income skills because skills can be developed no matter what. Like no matter where you're at right now, you can get better at marketing. You can get better at sales. You can get better at copy. You can get better at building offers. You can get better at videos and messaging and email marketing and text marketing. Like I could go on and on and on. All of these things that make up an online business, you can either get better at them or you can hire people to help you, right? Either they're doing it for you or they're doing it with you, right? This is why like mentoring can be so helpful, because it can cut down the learning curves. Like just as much as I've been able to help who I've worked with make a lot of money, I've been able to help them save a lot of money, where it's like, I'm just going to share my own experience on this. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that, right? Like that's just as important as making money, and making money faster is like helping people save time, save money. I think it's even probably more valuable because we only have so much time in our lifetime. So if we can speed up the process, like we get to be all for that. None of what I just told you was what I was going to talk about, by the way. So for some reason that was meant to come out. Now I'm going to shift gears to like the thing that I really wanted to talk about, so that that's just like extra bonus material for you. But what I really wanted to talk to you about was So often people get so hung up on the monthly revenue goal. You know, in the online space, it's very sexy to have $5,000 months, $10,000 months. Like, it just goes up and up and up. And I'm not disagreeing with that. It's a huge accomplishment. And it's amazing and super rewarding and can lead to so many other things. So I'm not discounting that. However, what I have noticed when I am working with people, and even on my own journey, is when you're fixated on the number, your whole energy is out of whack, typically. Your whole energy is out of whack, whether it's 5,000, 10,000 a month, 20,000, 100,000, your energy it's just wacky. Because if it's a revenue goal that you've never experienced, you don't know how it feels in your body. So when we're fixated on that number, your body and brain are already like in turbulence, is the only way I can describe it. And so then your actions are in turbulence and your mindset is in turbulence. And so this is when I also see so many people self-sabotage. They want to give up because they're not at like the revenue goal that they like want to be at. And so the big money hack that I actually wanted to talk to you about was, yes, have a revenue goal. Absolutely. Whether it's monthly or yearly, you can break it down. I'm all for breaking it down, which will help your nervous system. Like if your goal is 100,000 in a year, you know, 1 million, multi-millions, whatever it may be, break it down because that will automatically help your nervous system. But regardless of you breaking it down or not, the money hack that has helped me time and time again is to decide what my money goal is, but then forget it. And the reason why is the turbulence that I was sharing with you. So I know what the money goal is that I have. And you can still think about it, but we're not going to hyper focus on it. What is so much better use of your time is to worry about who do you need to become to create that revenue goal? What does your business need to do? Right? This is like the be, do, have mentality. Like, who do you need to be? What does your business need to do in order for that to be inevitable, that like it's going to happen? And then it's just a matter of time. Then it's about reps, right? Just as much as going into the gym, it's about the energy and the effort that you continue to pour into you, pour into your business, pour into people, right? Like when you make it about the people, like one of my most successful multi-six-figure launches, I did not know how much I was making. And that was on purpose. I needed it to be about the people. I knew obviously, like as the CEO, like it's important, like money is important. So it's not discounting the money, but when you can make it about the people, the profit comes. Like it truly, truly does. And there was a lot of energy and effort put into that launch. The launch was, let me think about this, 4 months long, and yielded like 300K over like the next 12 months. So like monthly recurring income that totaled to 300K roughly. It may have been higher than that. I'm just giving you mom math right now. But the reason why I share that is I've done that multiple times in, you know, big, small ways, and helped other people do the same. And so when you can just be like a busybody in the best way possible, like busybody with like good things, productive things, not just for your business, but for you too. So like my best revenue months, I'm taking care of myself better than I ever have before, right? Like I'm super organized. My mindset is dialed in. Like that is not an accident. It has to come first. Be, do, have. So who do you need to become? That's prioritized. We're dialing that in. What does your business need to do in order to have that revenue be inevitable, that it's going to happen, even if it's not immediately, okay? And then you'll have it. And then you'll have it again. And then you'll have it again. And then you'll have it again. And then you just rinse and repeat and continue to up level, right? At one point in my life, you know, $100 was hard to manifest. Now it's so easy. It's so fun, right? $1,000, same thing. Like I can close deals. I do close deals that are 500, 1,000, even higher. And it's fun and easy and effortless, but it's because of the high income skills that have taken me time to develop. But because of the be, do, have model, like they just keep snowballing. They keep amplifying. No one can ever take away the skills that you develop. Think about it. Like think about things that you're really good at, whether it's cooking or a foreign language or painting or riding a bike, or I'm trying to think of other like skills. Sometimes you have to like get back in the flow of them, but like it's pretty quick that you can get back in the flow of any type of skill once you've mastered it. And so this is huge because you'll experience so much less turbulence. You'll enjoy the journey so much more, and you'll be so busy becoming the person that you need to become, doing the things that you need to do in your business, that like when you add up the money, you're like, oh my gosh, like it happened and I didn't even really know it. And like, I remember somebody sharing this with me a long time ago, and I kind of rolled my eyes because I'm like, how could you not know that like that revenue is happening? But now I understand it. Like, so if you're there and you're like rolling your eyes, I'm not judging you because I've done that. But I remember that 300K launch, and I remember adding it up on closing day, and I was like, holy shit. Like, but I can guarantee you, if I would have been crunching the numbers during that launch, I would have created so much turbulence. I would have created so much self-sabotage, because at that point, my body had not experienced that level of revenue. And so that's where it can get a little shaky, bumpy, right? And so when we can just have that in the back of your mind, you guys are going to get a concert too over here. When that can just be in the back of your mind and still be like, a milestone that we're going towards, but we're not fixated on it. It's like so powerful. It's kind of like the invisible ink, right? That you can like write on paper with, like the number matters, but like put it in invisible ink and then like keep moving forward as if it is going to happen. Because when people are focused on the number and then they keep not having the number, they're truly living in lack, right? Like I see this in Facebook groups all the time when someone's sharing and they're like, and there's no judgment, but like they'll say things like, I'm about to throw in the towel. I've been at this for 4 months, 6 months. I'm not making any money. My goal was 10,000 a month. Like, I'm going to throw in the towel. And so like one of my first follow-up questions always is, okay, what are you doing? What are you selling, right? How are you taking care of you? Because there's so much power, and when we can focus on what we can control, right? So be less about the outcome and more about the daily energy and effort that you can put in. And it's setting you up for short-term and long-term success, because when you have the mindset of a multi-millionaire or even billionaire, like I'm not going to put limits on you, when you have the energy of a multi-millionaire, billionaire, when you have the business model that can be scaled to like whatever revenue goal that you have, then it is just a matter of time. Like when you really step back and logically think about it, it's just a matter of time. And what is so powerful about all of this is it most likely will happen faster than you even think. It will definitely happen faster than you giving up. And you'll become like, besides the money, like the money is powerful, the money is amazing. But like the people that I've been able to connect with that I would have never, ever probably met have blessed my life in so many different ways. Like they've become family that I would have never met if I would have not, if I would have never started my business, if I would have given up. The impact that my business has created in so many different ripple effect ways, like it's priceless. It's so priceless. there's people that still message me about the nonprofit organization that I just never knew, right? Like, you're not always going to hear every way that you're impacting people's lives. And that's the whole point, right? Like, we're not always going to get the validation when we want it, how we want it, right? And that, like, that is something that you get comfortable with, of like, you're not always going to get the likes in the comments. You're not always going to get the, oh my gosh, you changed my life. You're not always going to get the immediate $10,000 a month or $1 million year, but you have to trust and believe that all the energy and all the effort that you're putting into yourself and your business is going to continue to pay off in so many ways. So many ways, more ways than you can even fathom in your current reality right now. Like, your wealthiest self is so much closer, like, than you already know. And how I know to continue to become my wealthiest self, I don't think it's a destination either, but how I know to continue to become my wealthiest self and like wealthiest, happiest, healthiest self. Like, it's the whole bundle for me, is to put in the energy and effort, not just in my business, but in myself. When I have done just my business, it actually hurts my business and obviously hurts me. So it's like, you are the MVP of your business. And so you've got to treat yourself like the most valuable player and take care of you and keep taking care of you, just as much as you're pouring into other people in your business. And it's huge. It's huge. So, from this video, the best thing that you can do is go ahead and decide what is your monthly money goal. I love giving homework. What is your monthly money goal that you have, like, in the near future? I would go like in the near future. Okay. Then you're going to write that in invisible ink. Then you're going to start focusing on, like, okay, who do I need to become to hold that amount of money, right? Monthly, consistently. Because once you have it, I don't want you to lose it either. Like, I want you to continue to create that money month after month. So you're, oh, that was a weird sound. So you're going to think about, who do you need to become? Okay. And this goes for, like, your health and fitness, your mindset, your home, your relationships. This is, like, all about you. Okay. Then you're going to think about, what does your business need to do? Maybe you need to switch up your offers. Maybe you need to finish that website. Maybe you need to have more automations in place. Maybe you need to hire a mentor. Maybe you need to hire a team member, right? Like, maybe you need to let go a team member, right? Maybe you need to really look at the industry that you're in and see what else is going on and, like, how else can you help? Maybe you need to do market research. Like, the list is never ending, which is probably the most challenging part about being an entrepreneur, besides being 100% commission based. Am I right? Anyone? We forget that, don't we? We forget that. But there is a massive to-do list right in front of you. And actually, that's so exciting, because let's get to work, right? Like, too often we're worried about the exact how. Like, how, Nellie, am I going to make $10,000 a month? Well, you've already got a massive to-do list. Let's start there. You don't need to know the exact how, because I'm promising you, like, you already know this. The how's going to change a million times. So we get to be flexible on how we actually get there, but do what you already know to do. Like, if you're not walking consistently, start walking consistently. If you are not drinking the amount of water that you want, start drinking more water, right? When you, maybe, like, there's some things that you need to finish, like scheduling up doctor's appointments. Like, there's so many things that we actually know to do. Start there. Like, start with those types of things first. And then the same is for your business, right? Like, you don't need to know every single little thing on the roadmap to start the journey, right? Like, we've got to start the journey, and then you'll start to see how the how's actually going to happen the more moves that you make. I love the saying, success leaves clues, and I couldn't agree more. So, like, as you're starting to be, do, have, you'll start to really see like, oh my gosh, like this offer is really taking off. Like our content banks are doing so well. And I'm like, there's so much power in these content banks. Like, I love them. They're so fun, right? Like, success leaves clues. If you would have told me that, 6 months ago, hey, Nellie's like sell content banks, I'd be like, huh? Like, yeah, I have one for me. Yeah, I do it for like private clients, but like sell them for other people that I'm not like working with consistently. But they're doing so well. It's like getting a social media marketer at a fraction of a cost. So we're still saving a ton of time for people. But then they're just responsible for scheduling everything. It's going to get really loud here, so I'll go ahead and head off. But if you have any questions on this, or if you want to share what your next steps are from this video, just hit me up in the DMs. I am so excited for you because this changed everything for me, and it continues to change everything. So I love sharing what works for me, and don't be a stranger. Reach out, say hey.